In the previous note, we entered the mystery of the human body at conception. We listened to how body, soul, spark, and spirit meet. In this second part, we explore what comes next, the influence of birth date on the physical body, and how the human mind learns to separate what is, in truth, whole. We question the idea of fixed programming, astrology, numerology, initial conditions, preconceived ideas, and gently open the possibility of moving beyond them. Welcome to this new entry in my diary. I'm Adela Ciurea, and together we'll explore how the human body, as a living biocomputer, can remember its freedom. Does the birth date influence your physical body? Vasi.
Yeah, the first thing that came in my mind was yes.
Yes. How does it influence? Explain how. I mean, you come here at a certain date. How does it influence the construction of the physical body?
It's adapted more to that period, that date. I feel like, for example, if you are born in the winter, you have a tendency to like very much that period of time, and you adapt easier to cold.
Okay. My question would be like also, okay, birth dates influence, I mean means like, okay, certain year, certain month, certain date. It's about numbers or certain combination of numbers. Does it influence? Yes or no?
Yes.
How? Can you explain how?
Not sure if I can explain it, but I
Okay.
feel it.
Mirela,
Yes.
how does it influence how our physical body is being constructed?
It's through infinite combinations. So it influences on many levels. Number one, if we use numbers now to express ourselves, it's the collective consciousness, all the beliefs of other human beings or other parts of the whole, because if you look at every human being is one spark, let's say, which again, we know it's not separated, but each one thinks or might think at some point that it's separated. So when they are all on a specific physical plane, they willed themselves into existence and they're playing the game in quotes. And then they kind of guide themselves based on the same set of rules that brings some cohesion to a specific group of sparks, if we want to call it like that. So each thought that comes into the mind, not the physical mind, but the mind of each spark or each universe that's within a human body, each thought creates a reality. And all the collective beliefs of all the sparks, everything that happens in that reality is also influencing each new one that comes into being. So whether it's beliefs that have to do with numerology or all kinds of concepts that the human collective believes on, or they pass the information, it's communication and it's energy. And now that's only one layer. There's other layers, just the fact that we live in a multiverse, the fact that the consciousness can change every split second. It adds an infinity of possibilities. And it goes all the way from the consciousness of one cell to the consciousness of the universe that's around it. So this can be very long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like information accordingly to numbers. It's like you have, I don't know, give me an image. It's like strings. I just imagined it when we were talking, like strings of energy, when it's like
Yes.
you're just coming,
It's like
in reality, in this realm, your construct is according to this kind of music of thoughts and awareness, but depending on what frequency is tuned in when the body is starting to be constructed in this date, on the birth date. So it's like a tune in, and then you have some frequency. So maybe you have like a music or a thought. I mean, music like in frequency, and then your body is going to adapt to that music and dance according to it. Just I don't know. I'm just like
so
metaphor. Just explain a little bit more. How does it work? This
So
tuning
there are
up.
two explanations. There is one explanation for the human mind to understand and comprehend, and there is the explanation that any any soul, anybody who connects deeper will
Mhm.
automatically understand that the
Okay, say
whole is
the
in
two of them,
everything.
please. Mhm.
Okay, so the first one, the soul, is like the fact that the whole is in everything.
Mhm.
So even if the human mind will say, well, there's two parents that will have a child, and they will say, well, the parents will pass down certain set of information,
Yeah.
or whether that's in a shape of skills or hereditary diseases, as they call it, it's just a set of information that's
Yeah.
based on the human mind. Um, on another level, there's a hole in everything. So in reality, that spark, and after that, as it becomes a human being, it has a hole in it. So there is no one tune, there is no one frequency. It's all in one, like all the colors of light in a white light. The whole spectrum is included in each time, in each second. Now, because of the influence of a human mind that materializes and is trying to translate the whole, and sometimes it separates it into pieces. And then, a human being can experience a mood which can be measured, and they are trying, right? That's why human beings, they invented certain instruments so that their human eyes and their human brains can look at one thing at a time, one frequency at a time. So they'll say, well, if the human being experiences hate, that's a low frequency. And if the human being experiences love, that's a high frequency. That's when they're separating things. So from that point of view, yes, we can associate a number or a color, a sound with each frequency. And then we can say that, yes, a human being, when they're born on a specific date, their body will be in a specific way, their DNA, their chromosomes will be in a specific way, but this is all the construct of the human mind. In reality, it's always the whole, every time.
So actually, now you're answering to my next question. So if you say we have the whole spectrum, that means that we have everything in us, right?
Yes. Yes.
So because my question was, how can we hack the initial program of our biocomputer that is called the human body? But if you tell me we have the whole spectrum, it's
That's
like
correct.
we
It's
can hack
the
it.
belief.
So
Absolutely.
how
It's
can you
the
hack it? And how can we get the whole spectrum? Because
uh,
you agree, you have like these ideas of these numbers, and it's accurate with our experiences until a certain point, like in numerology or astrology or whatever. Some things are accurate. So I said, oh yeah, that's true for me. At what point can we hack this initial program of our biocomputer? How?
each time we connect, each time we mm, not, I'm going to use the word meditate, but that's very widely used, and is a lot of beings who believe they are meditate when they're really not. But those who are able to successfully connect, they look and they see. If we write it down, it would be with capital S or any other way to try to distinguish it, not with the physical eyes, but when they truly see, when we see who we are, we realize that we have the whole. And we realize that at any moment in space and time, which again are only constructs, we only have the illusion that we only have a certain part of the spectrum, or there is a separation from the whole. And then there is like a specific frequency, or then we start to break things down into concepts, whether it's numbers, colors, tunes. And then, yes, pride can come in, the ego can come in, and they can say, well, it's like a finely tuned orchestra. Well, the orchestra it's something that's beautiful for the human ear. The human ears can hear sounds like that, but once you actually connect inside, it's all in one. It's whole.
Yeah. So
it's
okay,
everything.
you're saying it's difficult, that not everybody gets into this state. So please just give a way. How can one get to tap into this kind of consciousness?
So it's like a muscle, in
Yes,
quotes.
you have to train it. So,
And the human being, once they are, especially once they form as a physical body, and more time in quotes will go by, it's like that illusion of separation can become more real to them, even though it's not real, we know that. But it's just the nature of the plane that with more time, it's as if the muscle becomes weaker. So the nature of the plane is that it has to be consistency, and it has to, like, it takes practice. It's just the nature of the way it is. It's like they have to really, really show strong will and intention. And this is just the way that the one, the source, after it divides in quotes, it's the way it's like testing itself. It's almost like challenging itself. Like, look, I'm going to separate myself now into an even further piece. Let me see. Will I remember who I am? Will that piece of me remember me? So this is a very, very oversimplified way. That's not even, it's just way, way oversimplified. But once somebody practices, anybody, if they truly, truly want to, they'll be able to connect sooner or later.
as you said, not every meditation gets you to that.
Absolutely. Most of it is illusion.
Okay. We'll have another question about how we should meditate later. Okay. Vasti, do you see anything else?
No, I agree with Mirala. It's not an easy path. So it takes a lot of practice, and you have to break all the walls that were built, not in just one life, because we have a lot of information that came with us. So, and we have to break the patterns, not necessarily not to believe in astrology or numerology, but not to take it for granted. So if it says, okay, this will happen, then you have to go past that.
Oh, just be aware.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, be aware. Because the moment somebody says, okay, tomorrow this will happen, if you let that thought grow on you, then it will happen. But you have to let it go somehow, but only by practicing. We were not taught to go inside of us and to search inside and to see what is there and what is our truth. We were taught to see only outside.
With this note, the exploration of the human body comes to a pause. The inner explorers will return next week, carrying new perceptions sparked by our simple curiosities. The origins of the game of hopscotch, what is oil, how was made the amazing marble sculpture called Release from Deception. Until then, let your own questions come boldly in the foreground and write them in the comments. The diary remains open.